such as we are eating food, okay, after then that will be digested in our body. It means the digestion of food. Digestion of food is also called as the chemical reaction. Okay, this one is a chemical reaction. There are several types of also reaction in front of you, such as in the morning time, mama making the tea for you, okay, making the tea, okay, or preparing the milk for you, okay. It means the sugar is dissolving into the milk. This one is also called as the chemical reaction. Okay, chemical reaction, it's mean whenever two or more than two substances react with each other, give out a different types of new substance giving. This one is called the chemical reaction. Chemical reaction such as you can say that curdling of milk. Curdling of milk, it's mean here you are preparing the curd from the milk. This one is a chemical reaction. There are several examples about that, the chemical reaction. Yes, anyone can tell me is about that any one example from your daily life example. I have said that making of tea, okay, dissolving of the sugar into the milk, okay, digestion of food, they all are called as the chemical reaction. Okay, chemical reaction, it means whenever two or more than two substances react with each other, give out a new substance with their new properties, called as the chemical reaction. Okay, chemical equation. Now whenever this chemical reaction is represented by the symbols, okay, by their formulas, is called as the chemical equation. In the general way, if anyone is saying that, sir, whenever hydrogen gas and oxygen gas will react with each other, then it will give the water, okay, but hydrogen gas symbol is that H2 and oxygen gas symbol is O2. Whenever they will react with each other, give out the H2O. Now this one is your balanced chemical equation. Okay, this one is called as the chemical equation. The main differences between the chemical reaction and chemical equation. What is the differences between them? This one is a very important question for the board examination. Okay, chemical reaction, a new substance is formed, okay, but is about that the equation, reaction, whenever that reaction is represented by their symbols or formulas, are called as the chemical equations. Okay, done. Now here we are going with the types of the chemical reactions. Okay, types of the chemical reactions. First one is yes, please come. Combination reactions. Combination reaction, according to their name, this one is also clear. They are the meaning of combination. Combination, it's mean the combining of two substances, but not is only about the combining. Combination reaction, in the combination reaction, two or more than two substances react with each other, okay, and give out a single product, such as here the general formula of combination reaction, whenever A plus B react with each other, give out the AB, a single product. What is that? This one is a single product, giving the single product. This one is called as the chemical reaction. There are several examples about the chemical combination reaction. You can say that whenever carbon and oxygen react with each other, give out a CO2. Here you can say that this one is a single product. Okay, so this one is a combination reaction. Same thing is here about H2 plus O2. Whenever react with each other, give out the H2O. Give out a H2O, water. Here, product is also single one. So this one is also called as the combination reaction. But here, whenever you will be go with this equation, you will find out how many H. There are 2H. There are 2H on both sides, but oxygen is not balanced. So this reaction is called unbalanced chemical equation, and unbalanced chemical equation is also called the skeletal equation. Okay. Now you should be balance them. There are 2H, then you should be write that here 2 to the 4H, 2 oxygen. There are 2 oxygen is also here. Okay, you should choose some general equations, not should go with the difficult equation. Okay, because this one is a very difficult time. Okay, combination reaction. After then, this one is the first types of the chemical reaction. We are describing is about the chemical reaction. Okay. After then, combination decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. Okay. According to their name, its name is a decomposition. Decomposition, it's mean the splitting reaction. Okay, it's mean whenever one substance is split into their 2 or more than 2 components, okay, is called that the decomposition reaction. Look here, its general, what will be its general formula? General formula is here, AB is splitting into A plus B. AB is a single reactant. This one is a splitting into their 2 product. This one is called as the decomposition reaction. Here, what is the differences between the combination reaction and decomposition reaction? Whenever you will see their general formula, then you will find out they both are just opposite to each other. Here, 2 reactants or 2 substances react with each other, give out a single product. But in this reaction, you are seeing that AB is a one reactant, this one is a splitting into their 2 products. Okay, AB is divided into their 2 products. So this one is called as the decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. Look here. Suppose that here CaCO3, Ca is your calcium, CO3 is your carbonate, calcium carbonate. Whenever you will supply the heat, then it will be decomposes into CaO. CaO. There are how many O? 3 O. Okay. 1 oxygen is here. Now remaining oxygen is 2. Now it will give the CO2 gas. Okay. CO2 gas. This one is called as the decomposition reaction. Further, decomposition reaction is about that the decomposition reaction. We will also discuss is about types of decomposition reaction. Okay, there are 3 types of decomposition reactions. 3 types. One will be is called that the thermal decomposition reaction. Next one is that electrolysis. Okay, electrolysis. Or third one is that photosynthesis. We will discuss further. Now we are going on the displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Their definition will be more reactive element can displace to less reactive element from their salt solution. From their solution or salt solution. Okay. Here very easy formula is about that the displacement reaction. I have given you Kasi, Nath, Ka, Mali, Alu, Zara, फीके पकाता है, कौन है जी, further than आगे आओ and पिटाओ. Okay, this one is a reactivity series. Okay, here metals are arranged in their reactivity order. काशी नाक का माली आलू जरा फीके पकाता है, कौन है जी, आगे आओ एंड पिटाओ. Here the most reactive metal is K. K for potassium. This one is the most reactive metal. After then their number is about the sodium. Sodium is the second one, the most reactive metal. They both are most reactive is about them. They will react with the moisture of the air. They will react with the moisture of air. So they both will kept in the kerosene oil. Okay. Here is about that the here calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc. Calcium can displace to aluminium. Calcium can displace to magnesium. Calcium can displace to Zn. But Zn cannot displace to calcium. Reason is that calcium is much more reactive than Zn. So calcium can displace to Zn, but Zn cannot displace to calcium. Okay. From here you can make the displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Here I am writing displacement reaction. Here general formula is about that A plus BC. A plus BC. Suppose that A is more reactive. A is more reactive than B. A is more reactive than B. Then A can displace to B. A can displace to B from BC. Okay. A is displacing to B from BC and make the AC. Same thing. Here you can also write that suppose that A is more reactive than C. In the first case, A is more reactive than B, so A is displacing the B. But in the second case, A is more reactive than C, so A will displace to C from BC. C is displacing, then it will make the A B. Okay, this one is a general formula. Is about that the displacement reaction. Okay, displacement reaction. Now here, please see. This one is a Fe plus Cu SO4. Okay. Next reaction is a Cu plus FeSO4. There are two reactions in front of you. You can see that. Where is the place of Fe and Cu? Fe is here and Cu is there. Who is more reactive, Fe or Cu? Whenever we will see that, then we will find out Fe is more reactive than Cu. Fe is more reactive than Cu. Then Fe can displace to Cu from their salt solution. Fe is more reactive. Fe is more reactive than Cu. Then it will displace to Cu from their salt solution. Look here, Fe is displacing to Cu and making the FeSO4. Okay. Now here in the second equation, Cu is less reactive than Fe. Okay. So Cu cannot displace to Fe from their salt solution. It means it will be no reaction. Why this one is a no reaction? Why that one is a going on? Reason is that according to their reactivity, Fe is more reactive, so Fe can displace to Cu, but here Cu is less reactive than Fe, so Cu cannot displace to Fe. Okay. This one is a displacement reaction or single displacement reaction. Displacement reaction, somewhere you will find out in some books, displacement reaction has two types, single displacement and double displacement. In general way, you can say that this one is also called that the single displacement reaction. But is about that the double displacement reaction. Is about that the double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Okay. double displacement reaction. Say here AB, general formula of double displacement reaction. In this reaction you will find out AB is a compound, CD is also compound. It means a compound is reacting with another compound. Okay, everyone is knowing is about that the compound, the first portion will be positive ion and second one having the negative ion. Is that clear? First one having the positive ion and second one having the negative ion. But there are some exceptions also. In which cases? In acetate cases. Acetate. Suppose that here acetate, its mean is about that the CH3COONA. This one is a compound. Everyone is knowing this one is a compound. What will be its name? Its name will be sodium acetate. Sodium acetate. But it's about that in general compound, whenever you will see, then you will find out first portion is a positive and second portion will be negative. Here A will be positive and B will be negative, and here C will positive and D will be negative. But it's about that the acetate form. In the acetate compound, first portion, this one will be in negative form. This one represent to the anion, and second one, this one is a positive form. They will be represent to the cations. Okay, here this one is a positive, this one is a negative, here also positive and negative. Exchanges of ion between these two compound, exchanges of ions between the two compound. Here in this first compound, positive ion will combine with the second compound's negative ion. It will make the A and D. Next here B negative and C positive, they both will react with each other and make the listen, B and C or C or B. What will be? B or C or C or B? C and B. Reason is that B is negative and C is positive. Okay, you should be know is about that in the general compound, positive will be further, after that will be negative anion. Cation आगे and negative anion will be after that. Okay, this one is a general formula is about that the double displacement reaction. Here these are the general formulas. Okay, there are how many general formula? 1, 2, 3 and 4. There are 4 general formula. Now we are going with their examples. Example is here. Everyone is knowing is about that the acid react with base, give out salt and water. Salt and water, very common reaction. I am going with your very common equations or reactions. Okay, please see. Okay, you should also go with your very common reactions. Okay, not should go with the complex types equations. Okay, यानी याद करने में भी दिक्कत हो जाए, पता चले एग्जाम सिर पे कंफ्यूज कर जाओ. ठीक है? Yes, listen. Acid. You can be write that any acid name. Any acid. Suppose that here we are using the HCl. This one is the HCl. Base, here we are using the base NaOH. Now, double displacement reaction. What do you mean by double displacement reaction? Just I have said that exchanging of ions between two reactant compound. Again, reactant. They both are reactant, acid and base. They both are reactant. This reactant also having the positive and negative, and this reactant also having the positive and negative. Okay, so exchanging of ions, okay, where between the reactant compound. Reactant compound is HCl and NaOH. H is a positive, Cl is a negative, Na is a positive, OH is a negative. Then its negative portion will combine with its positive portion, it will make the Na and Cl, NaCl plus this H positive and OH negative will combine with each other, and this one will make the H2O. Okay. Now this one is called as the double displacement reaction. Till now we have discussed is about that the combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction. Okay, please listen. We have used some common equations. Okay, you should also use some much more common equations. Okay, is about that these heading. Okay, because why? Reason is that suppose that you are using the acid plus base equal to salt plus water. Suppose that this reaction also has come in your exam, in your paper. Then on that condition you should be right next any another example. Okay. So then you should be must be read near about a 5 equation of each chemical reactions. Here I am writing these. Okay. Now further we are going. General formula has been clear. Okay. May I rub this one? And very interesting thing, one thing is also here. What is that? This one is a acid, this one is a base, and this one is a salt and water. Okay, water. What is a very interesting thing here? Interesting thing is here, very common reaction. Okay, everyone is knowing, and this reaction is also called as the neutralization reaction. This is also called the neutralization reaction. Why this one is called that the neutralization reaction? Listen, HCl, NaOH you have used. This one is a giving salt, NaCl plus H2O. Listen, in the general way everyone is knowing is about that this one is a double displacement reaction, and this one is a neutralization reaction. Okay, but why this one is a neutralization reaction? Whenever you will tell this one is a neutralization reaction, then you should be point out some neutral material here. What is a neutral material here? Neutral, NaCl or H2O. H2O is a neutral. H2O is neither acid nor base. Its nature is a neutral. Then on that condition, Peter, in the neutralization reaction form, you should be write that in this form equation. Listen, I am writing. Listen, I am writing Na positive, H positive, Cl negative, plus Na positive plus OH negative. HCl is decomposes into their component ion. Same thing. This NaOH is also decomposes into their component ion. Listen here. One definition is also coming in front of you. Decomposition into their component ion is called. This one is called as the ionization reaction. What do you mean by ionization reaction? Ionization reaction, look here. Ionization reaction. This one is the HCl, and now this one is a decomposes into their component ion. Component. Suppose that here, whenever you will talk is about that yummy kheer. Kheer, do you like kheer? Kheer is made up of milk. Only milk? No. Rice and also sugar. Okay. These three things is a very important things. Okay. These three things is also called that their component. component of the yummy kheer. Do you like kheer? No? Huh? Okay. Chalo, sevai. Kheer. Okay. HCl is a compound. This one is a decomposes into their component ion. There are several types of questions also coming in my mind. Listen. Decomposition into their ion. Component ion. This component ion में टूटना ही ये क्या कहलाएगा? This one will call the ionization reaction. And next thing is about HCl. HCl is made up of positive and negative ions, cation and anion. Their cation is H positive and anion is their Cl negative. It means HCl is made up of cation and anion. Then you can be see that HCl is a ionic compound. HCl is a ionic compound. Why this one is a ionic compound? Because HCl is made up of ions. Okay. Listen, same thing is here about NaOH. NaOH is also decomposes into their Na positive and OH negative. Same thing, positive and negative. It means NaOH is also called the ionic compound, and every ionic compound is a good conductor of electricity. Every ionic compound. Clear? Why ionic compounds are called the good conductor of electricity? Why? Because ions are responsible for the conductivity of electricity. Ions are responsible for the conductivity of electricity. You having distilled water, suppose that. Distilled water is a poor conductor of electricity. If water having the ions or gases having the ions, then they can conduct the electricity. अगर हवाओं में आयन नहीं है, पानी में आयन नहीं है, तो then they cannot conduct the electricity. Okay? But every ionic compound are made up of iron, so they are called as the ionic compound. Here, now here, we are going with the neutralization reaction. Here, Na positive and Cl negative, they will combine with each other, Na positive and Cl negative, NaCl, but here H positive and OH negative. Here I am writing single H positive and OH negative separately. It will be make the H2O. H positive and OH negative will make the H2O. This one is a neutral substance, so this reaction is called as the neutralization reaction. In the general way, students are going only directly. Acid react with base gives out the salt and water. No one will write that this reaction. This reaction is called that reaction is called the double displacement reaction, not a neutralization reaction. By the way, ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है, आपने लिख दिया, you have written HCl plus NaOH gives out the salt NaCl and water H2O. After then you should be explain in your word H2O. You will be described by your synthesis form. अब वहाँ कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? What you will be write that H2O is neither acid nor a base. H2O is also a main product here, because main product. Why? Reason is that here you are describing to neutralization reaction. So then your main product is H2O. Then you should describe better to H2O. Write something is about that H2O. Why H2O is called the neutral substance? You can be write that 1 or 2 line. Their pH value will be 7. Okay. So this one is a neutralization reaction. Now here one thing is also coming here. May I rub this one? Okay. Salt. We are going with the salt. Salt is your here NaCl. Okay. This one is a salt. This one is made up of acid and base. Here it's cation. Cation always make the base. Cation always coming from the base and Cl is coming from the acid. Its mean always should be remember is about that the salt. Okay, salt will be come from base and anion will be come from the acid. This one is a base. Na base, then must be OH. This one is identity is about that the base. Next acid is your Cl. You should be write that HCl. It's mean here HCl is a strong acid and NOH is a strong base. It's mean strong acid, strong base gives out the neutral salt. Okay, anyone can me tell me is about that any salt name? Have you? Salt is about that the chloride salt, sulfate salt, okay, carbonate salt. Come with me. Any salt name? Yes. Here I am writing that carbonate salt. Na2CO3, carbonate salt. Okay, carbonate salt. Na is cation and CO3 is your anion. Na is coming from the base and carbonate CO3 will come from the acid. This one is come from the base. So then you should be write that Na and OH. But is about that CO3. CO3 is anion and ion will come from acid. Now you should go with an example is about the acid that having CO3. That having CO3. Acid name is H2CO3. Carbonic acid. Okay. This one is a carbonic acid H2CO3 plus NaOH gives out the Na2CO3 and further then also water is here and there on the both cases. Okay, but is about that the salt is coming from the this acid and this base, but is about the H2CO3. This one is a strong or base acid, strong or weak acid H2CO3. This one is a weak acid. You should be always remember chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, they all are the intermixed chapter. There are several types of the question will become in front of you in different ways. Okay, H2CO3. H2CO3 is a weak acid. Why this one is a weak acid? Why? Reason is that whenever it will be decomposes, okay, then it will be decomposes into H2O plus CO2. H2O and CO2. Listen, H2CO3. This one is a decomposition reaction. Saying decomposition reaction, you can be right that this one is also the example of the decomposition reaction, types of decomposition reaction. Okay, so here it will make the Na2CO3. It's mean if in your board examination this types of question will become in front of you, salt is from where salt is coming, then you can be say that from the acid and base, and whose types of acid and base? Weak acid and strong base. Strong base. So this one is a strong base, basic salt. Okay, chale. This one is just some additional. But till here, this one is in your chapter number 1, neutralization reaction. Now we are going on further. Yes, further. Here, types of chemical reactions. आगे देखा जाए क्या है types. Types number 1, types number 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. We are talking exothermic reactions. Next is your endothermic reaction. Exo बेटा सब कहानी उसके एग्जाम्पल उसके हेडिंग में ही छुपी हुई है. एक्सो, इंडो, थर्मिक, थर्मल, थर्मिक इज रिलेटेड टू थर्मल, थर्मल इज रिलेटेड टू power, energy. Okay, power and energy. Exothermic reaction, it's mean a reaction in which heat will be exo, it's mean the evolved. Okay, they will call that the exothermic reaction. But it's about that the endothermic reaction, heat will be absorbed. Indo means अंदर आ रही energy, endothermic. ओके, मम्मा खाना बनाती हैं, खाना बनाते समय वो हीट ऑन करती हैं. मम्मा को खीर बनाना हो, मम्मा को खिचड़ी बनानी हो, चावल बनाना हो, दाल बनाना हो, कुकर में मटेरियल डालेंगी, गैस ऑन करेंगी, तब बनेगी. वह हीट देती हैं. ठीक है, इट्स मीन कुकिंग ऑफ फूड इज कॉल्ड एट द इंडोथर्मिक और एक्सोथर्मिक. इंडोथर्मिक, क्योंकि उसमें खाने में आप एनर्जी दे रहे हो तब खाना बन रहा है. ठीक है, but here is about that the indo and exo. Listen, exothermic it will be evolve, it's mean evolve the energy, and endothermic it will take in the energy. Look here, exothermic reaction, very popular exothermic reaction. This one is a CaO, its name is a quicklime. It's quicklime is dissolving into water. Quicklime, its chemical name is a calcium oxide. Quicklime or calcium oxide dissolve into water. Okay, now it is a giving 1 Ca. Okay, how many H? 2H and 2O. You can be write that OH whole twice. This is also called the slacked lime. Okay, this one is a giving the slacked lime. So mixing of CaO and H2O is called the slaking lime process. Okay, why? Because by this reaction, whenever you will add the quicklime into water, then it will give the slacked lime. Okay, and its chemical name is called at the calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide nature will be OH, this one having OH, so its nature will be basic. Okay, calcium hydroxide is a slacked lime. Okay, what is the use of slacked lime or calcium hydroxide? It's used in the whitewashing. Okay, this one is a CaOH whole twice. Okay, whenever you will be apply on the wall पे आपने क्या किया, अप्लाई कर दिया. ठीक है, आफ्टर सम टाइम दीवारें क्या होती हैं, बोल उठती हैं. अरे ऐड पढ़ा है, सुना होगा, कुछ पेंट्स का टीवी में ऐड आता है, दीवारें बोल उठी. ठीक है, दीवारें कब बोल उठती हैं? whenever you will be apply the CaOH whole twice. But how can it will be, बेटा how can it will be happen? क्यों, कब दीवारें बोल उठेंगी? बोल उठेंगी, इट्स मीन द दीवारें wall will shine. Okay, whenever it will be react will CO2, it will react with CO2. Look here, this one is a Ca. Okay, this one is a Ca. Okay, here now this is CO2. Here how many O? There are 2 O, there are 2 H. One oxygen will be transferred and combined with CO2, and it will make the CO3, CaCO3. Now you having remaining H2 and 1 O. In the general way, you can say that this reaction is sufficient reaction. Okay, it is making the calcium carbonate. Due to the formation of calcium carbonate, wall will shine. Wall will shine. अरे दीवारें बोल उठेंगी whenever you will be apply the calcium hydroxide slacked lime on the wall. जब ये CO2 के साथ रिएक्शन करेगी. What is the role of CO2 in this case? Who will tell me? What is the role of CO2 in this case? CO2 CO2 इज अ ड्राइंग एजेंट, CO2 इज अ ड्राइंग एजेंट, इसका काम है ड्राई करना एटमॉस्फेयर की CO2. देयर आर sufficient amount of CO2 also present in the atmosphere. That CO2 react with the pent CaOH whole twice. After the drying, formation of calcium carbonate और दीवारें चमक उठी. But after some time you will find out this CaCO3 react with the excess amount of CO2 and moisture. When that wall where you have also applied the calcium hydroxide slaked lime on the wall, ये तो उड़ने का साइन हो गया ना, उड़ने का नहीं, पेंट करने का साइन, ठीक है, पेंट कर दिया, ठीक है. दैट विल रिएक्ट विद द एक्सेस अमाउंट ऑफ CO2. भाई हम तो रोक नहीं सकते, दीवालों में पेंट है, एटमॉस्फेयर में CO2 भी है, दे विल कॉन्टिन्यूसली रिएक्ट विद द CO2. आई एम राइट और रॉन्ग? राइट. CO2 के साथ रिएक्ट किया और एटमॉस्फेयर के H2O के साथ रिएक्ट किया. इट विल मेक द 1Ca. Okay, how many CO3? 2H. 1O will be combined with this CO2. It will convert into CO3, 2 CO3. So you can be write that HCO3 whole twice. Calcium hydrogen carbonate, calcium bicarbonate. Okay, calcium hydrogen carbonate और calcium bicarbonate. Okay, whenever बेटा this one is formed on the wall, तब जो दीवारें बोल रही थी, चमक रही थी, शाइनिंग दे रही थी, they will be vanished. वहाँ से वो गायब होने लगेंगी, चमक उसकी, शाइन will vanished. फिर वो गंदी होगी दीवारें, फिर पहले की तरह. Okay, this one is a very important question. Maybe it will come in any way in front of you, maybe in the XY form. आपने देखा ही है, पेपर तो बहुत इजी होते हैं, ठीक है, बहुत इजी होते हैं, बस रिएक्शन भी बहुत इजी होते हैं, हर रिएक्शन आपने पढ़ा है, बट दे विल कम इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डिफरेंट वे, in X form, in Y form, in Z form. Find out the X, Y and Z. Maybe this one will be come in your case based form. Case based form में आ गया, एक सेठ जी हैं, उन्होंने बुलाया एक पेंटर, रामू को बुलाया पेंट करने के लिए, पेंट उसने कर दिया, लेकिन सेठ साहब संतुष्ट नहीं हुए, सेटिस्फाई नहीं हुए रामू से. रामू को उन्होंने बोला, लेकिन रामू को अपने ऊपर विश्वास था पेंटर को. आफ्टर सम टाइम दीवारें विल बी क्या शाइन, बोल उठेंगी. क्यों? क्योंकि रामू तो जानता था, क्या जानता था, वो केमिस्ट्री हमसे ही पढ़ा था कहीं, ठीक है, मेरी क्लास देखा था. हाँ ठीक है, हाँ क्यों, ये भी एक अच्छी जॉब है, क्यों अच्छी जॉब नहीं है, क्यों, सुनो, अच्छा कहीं ना कहीं तो कुल मिला जुला के आगे नहीं पढ़ा था ना, बस यहीं पे पढ़ के रोक दिया था क्लास अपनी मे बी. तो वो जान रहा था कि CO2 विल रिएक्ट विद कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड एंड गिव द कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. ड्यू टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट वॉल विल शाइन. ओके, this one is a very important question, is about that this type. But here whenever you will be go with the exothermic reaction, then you should be write that only first equation will be show the exothermic reaction. Okay, why? Because here calcium oxide react with water and give out heat. Okay, देखा है, ठीक है, होता है ऐसा. चलिए endothermic, listen, I am going with the endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction, again one time more than I am repeating, CaCO3. You are heating them, it will be decomposed into CaO and CO2. Okay, endothermic, it's mean here you are applying the heat for this reaction, then it will decompose into CaO and CO2. So this one is called as the endothermic reaction. Is that clear? Now we are going on further. May I rub this one? Listen. Next is coming in front of you, oxidation reaction. reaction and reduction reaction. After then we will go with toward the redox reaction. Oxidation. Oxidation, it's mean the adding of oxygen or removing of hydrogen is called the oxidation reaction. Okay. Reduction reaction just opposite. Removing of oxygen and adding of hydrogen is called the reduction reaction. And redox reaction, whenever oxidation and reduction both reaction occur together, okay, it will be happen together. So you can say that reaction is called as the oxidation reaction. It means the combination reaction is about the oxidation reaction and reduction combining reaction. Okay, is called as the reduction reaction. Okay. Adding of oxygen. Adding of oxygen is also called the, listen, adding of oxygen is called the oxidation reaction. Is about that the combustion reaction. Combustion it's mean dahan, jalana. This one is a compound. Whenever you will burn in the presence of oxygen, it will give the CO2 plus H2O plus heat plus light. How many things? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 things will be come out. Okay. This reaction is called the combustion reaction and this one is also called the oxidation reaction. Digestion of food. Digestion of food. It will also called your combustion reaction or oxidation reaction. Okay. Respiration. Respiration is also called your oxidation reaction. Why? Who will tell me? In the respiration, we take the oxygen inside. Take in oxygen. Take in oxygen. So this one is called as the oxidation reaction. Okay. Here. Now. Is about the redox reaction. Redox reaction, listen, in the redox reaction, this one is a Cu, O, react with H2, react with H2, CuO, Cu is losing their oxygen and make the Cu plus H2O. You are saying CuO convert into Cu. CuO convert into Cu. It means CuO is losing the oxygen. So you can say that this is a oxidation. Losing of oxygen. This is called as the reduction reaction. Why this one is called the reduction reaction? Because you knowing is about that the reduction reaction. In the reduction reaction, oxygen will remove. निकलेगा बाहर. देख रहे निकल रहा है. CuO convert into Cu. But is about that H2. H2 is gaining the oxygen and convert into H2O. Gaining the oxygen. Gaining the oxygen. It's mean the oxidation reaction. Okay. Now everyone can be find out the oxidation and reduction reaction. And two things also here. Oxidation reaction. CuO convert into Cu. Who is losing their oxygen? Cu is losing their oxygen. So CuO is called the oxidizing agent. What do you mean by oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent, it's mean a substance. Yes. Oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent means a substance that will lose their oxygen. Lost their oxygen or gain the hydrogen is called the oxidizing agent. But is about that the reducing agent. Here H2 is a reducing agent, not H2O. Why H2 is called as the reducing agent? Because H2 is gaining the oxygen and convert into H2O. In your book, NCERT book, in MCQ question, beta, there are some opposite types of questions are also there. वहाँ उल्टा लिख दिया है, H2O is called as the reducing agent. No, it will be. Why? Because this one is a gaining of oxygen. Then you should be remember a substance that will gain the oxygen. Those will gain the oxygen. That substance is called the reducing agent. Okay? Now, again, I am summarizing my class packing. Today we have discussed is about that the chemical reaction and equation. Chemical reaction, it's mean the reaction in which a new substance is formed is called the chemical reaction, and equation it's mean the reaction is represented by the symbol. These are the their types. You should be revise. If you having any problem, then you can be tell me. Okay, it's okay, clear. Thank you.